Sometimes I don't know if I'll ever break this chain of addiction. I go up, I go down, go up, I go down. I can't get clean, stay clean. Like I said, I go up and I go down. I don't have purpose. I was I was under the impression that I have a purpose eventually. And you know, a purpose is sometimes given to someone. It's sometimes actualized. It's sometimes you know just realized out of nowhere, and sometimes you never find it. Sometimes it's not there. It's just unfortunate that men need a purpose in order to live a healthy life. I don't know if I'll ever find my purpose. I hope so. There's plenty of things I could think of right now off the top of my head that I would love to be doing, and that would give me purpose. But the problem is, doing those things requires, connections and help. And, I can't just sit here and study everything I need to learn how to do in order to make my dreams come true and think that that's not gonna, and think that, I'm gonna make it out of there sometime before I'm 88. It's not gonna happen. I need to realize my purpose, and then I need to figure out how to broadcast my purpose to the masses, to the great unwashed. I'm just gonna change my name to Dan Down Badahan. Dom Down Badahan. No, there's this dude named like Dan um, Brandahan or McFandalan or Mc something Han, and somebody called him Dan Down Badahan. Oh, that was so funny. He's Dan Down Badahan. Anyway, I could say my purpose is to teach or learn how to box and teach it, right? I'm in the middle of learning how to box, but I think I'm decent. I think I could walk onto somebody. I think I could walk right onto somebody. I think I could walk right onto somebody. Knock them the fuck out. I've been training pretty hard. I've actually been taking testosterone replacement as well for the past month and a half. It's been going pretty good. I sprung up some crazy muscle on my arms, some good muscle on my shoulders, my back, even my stomach, even my gut, the very top ab. You can see the top abs a little bit. But I'm still going. I'm working on my hand speed, my foot speed. I'm working on my footwork. My goal is to get good enough to get a little, record going, undefeated record, and then challenge one of the bigger names and get my ass beat for a couple $100,000 and call it a day. That's my plan. I think I can do it. I know I can do it. Dude, people are fucking just pussies when it comes to fighting. Like, I've always, if I've ever been in a fight, it's all in. There's no, oh, he's too big, oh, he's too strong, oh, he's too good. No, you're fighting him. It don't matter how good he is, how strong he is, how you go in there and you fight, you know? And I think I could walk right onto some motherfuckers, flinch him out, knock him the fuck out. I think I could do it. But that's not a purpose. That's not, my purpose is to fucking knock people out. No, you know. So that doesn't help me. But I think that would help me find my purpose. I think starting a boxing career, even, this late in the game, I think doing that would be following my destiny, and I think that would give me a purpose. I don't know what it would be, but I think I would find it if I seriously started, doing some boxing and looking to make that goal I just told you a reality. If I start putting forth the effort to make that boxing goal a reality, that's how I will stumble upon my purpose. But the problem is, it's ridiculously hard to break into that, the boxing. It's ridiculous. It's so corrupt, it's so corrupt. It's so corrupt. And, people already don't like me, initially, usually. So it's like, nobody's going to be doing me any favors. Nobody. Nobody. Even though, I'm a good guy. I have a very good heart. I'm not the brightest, but I know what love is and what it's not. And I'll tell you what, love is not going through life as a lost, wayward soul. That's not where it's at. There's nothing cool about being 38 years old and having no direction. Can you imagine? Very little support, very little help, lots of issues, lots of problems, overcoming it all on your own. Dude, I mean, come on. If this life isn't a straight up like final test, this life is, to say the least, very difficult. People are judgy. No matter how many times somebody realizes the truth in any given situation that they're involved in, they avoid it, and they avoid doing right by it. Whereas a normal, sane person, I feel, would go towards truth, move towards revealing and openness, and what do they call it? Disclosure. Move towards all that. A normal person, because besides private matters, things are, there's private things, but for the most part, honest people, good people are usually open with their affairs and their opinions and their lives and their goals. Shady people are usually, reserved to a high degree, mean. Everybody shows their true colors eventually. You will know them by their fruit. Okay? People cannot avoid showing their fruits, right? The fruits of their personality, the fruits of their labor, the fruits of their relationships, the fruits of their brain, thinking, thoughts, the fruits of their thoughts. These things become apparent the longer one has to express himself freely, the closer one becomes to revealing the fruit that he bears or she bears. You can't interact with this world without revealing yourself some way. You can't interact with this world and this society, this people, this anything in a way where you're not vulnerable, right? This life is has a lot to do with duality, right? For some reason, you can't have good without bad. For some reason, you can't have up without down in the 3D. So, in order to, for this place to be a place, you can't just have it all be all good all the time, right? And then think that people are gonna grow up to be well-rounded. You can't have a place that's all bad all the time and think that you're gonna grow up to be well-rounded. No, you must be balanced. And a child that doesn't have a balanced upbringing will not keep balance in his adult life. Not without a lot of painstaking work and working very hard to correct yourself. It's not easy to correct old habits. I've been fucking doing the wrong things for so long now. Doing anything else seems kind of wrong. I need to break this cycle. I need these chains ripped apart. These bondage chains. The fact that people haven't said F you to the World Banks, to the Richies out there, to all the billionaires, anybody who's a billionaire. I'm surprised that people haven't straight up taken care of y'all with our numbers, because you have made it abundantly clear that you are not stopping. You're not taking it easy. You're full bore, you're full steam ahead, straight to transhumanism, straight to, all the technopoly advancements in technology, all the stuff that I've never wanted and nobody's ever asked for. You see that one there? Who the hell asked for 5G? I don't remember anybody asking for all these data centers. I don't remember even 10 years ago the internet being slow. I still watched YouTube 10 years ago without 5G. I still did what I, technology was fine. There's nobody asking for all this advancement in technology. There's not. There wasn't. So why is it being pushed on us? Why are these data centers seemingly going up whether we want it to or not? Why? Why is this ballroom seemingly being built whether we want it to be built or not? Why? Dude, I'm so sick. I'm so sick of this government. I'm so sick of retarded boomers thinking they fucking know what's going on, when in actuality, even if they did know, they don't care. They don't even care. They just fucking... Dude, my dad, bro, my dad is the worst boomer. The worst Trump dick sucker I have ever seen. Oh my God, I was trying to tell him, Dad, did you see that fruity little letter from on somebody's birthday that Donald Trump sent to Jeffrey Epstein? Did you see that fruity little birthday letter? Okay, two dudes don't write like that to each other. Two normal dudes don't write like that to each other. Okay? And my dad wouldn't acknowledge it. There's nothing I could have said with all the weird and disgusting shit that Trump is and has done. There's nothing I could have said that could have made my dad denounce his lover Trump. Oh my God, I was so frustrated, dude. My dad is like, he like rubs it in my face how he's a fucking bootlicker. And I'm just like, like he sees me, he knows it pisses me off, first of all, so he's trying to piss me off. But I'm like, dude, you're fucking gonna make me sick, Dad. Dad, you know, two men who are normal heterosexuals don't write like that to each other. Hey, Jeffrey, you know, enigmas never die, right? We just keep getting better looking or some... Dude, what? What? What'd you say, man? Get the fuck up out of here, man. Like, dude. And then, Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, it's documented that they were homies. They were like roll dogs, okay? They fucking hung out every day together, okay? Where's all the other birthday cards from fucking all of other Trump's other homies? No, he just got a birthday card for Jeffrey. Queer little birthday card for Jeffrey. Oh, dude. Oh my God. Oh, and that dude obviously didn't kill himself in jail, right? It's such a insult to everybody's intelligence, and they don't even care. Dude, it pisses me off to no end. And they don't even care that Trump literally calls them retards. You know what Trump said? I quote, you know, smart people don't like me. Smart people don't like me very much. Hey, Dad, did you hear what Trump just said? He said smart people don't like him very much. Why do you like him so much? He just called you a fucking retard to your face. You think my dad cares? No, dude. Oh my gosh, the way he bootlicks just makes me wanna fucking, like, you know. You know what he started? He was doing anything to put me in a fucking box. He wanted to label me, box me up, and call me names. Once you label someone, whatever, woke, whatever the fucking boomers say, you know, then they got you, right? They labeled you. And I was like, Dad, your labels can't fucking cover. I do not go under the label of Democrat or Republican. He's like, yeah, you're a fucking Democrat. Whoa. I'm like, no, Dad, no, I'm sorry, I'm not. No, you know, I know how much you would love me to be, so that you could fucking wrap me up all nice in your little fucking, you know, Dumbo brain of yours. But no, buddy, no, I'm not. I haven't voted ever, because I saw from a very young age. You know, remember, Dad, I was telling you earlier how discernment, you can't have discernment and like, because you're, you know, no, discernment doesn't come from you. Like, you smart people, there's a bunch of smart people out there who don't have discernment. Discernment is spiritual. Discernment is a gift. Discernment comes from the spiritual world, right? Not from you. You know? Yeah, discernment. We have discernment because we all have God within us. That's why we have some, that's why some, you know, we have levels of discernment. Just like we have levels of intelligence, we have levels of discernment. That we're not going to get any, it's not going to get any better for us. Because that's what was given to us, this level of discernment. And my dad don't get it. He didn't understand it. I'm like, Dad, you know, you think you're so smart and you think I'm so dumb. He thinks I'm so stupid. He thinks I'm so stupid. Newsflash. He's like, you don't know that he's a pedophile. I'm like, yeah, I mean, haven't you ever heard of circumstantial evidence? There's enough circumstantial evidence to tell me that Trump is a PDF file. Okay? And just because you don't want to believe that doesn't change it. He's still what he is. And then I go, have you ever wrote a queer little letter to your buddies on their birthday like that? He goes, yeah. I was like, really? I haven't. He's like, yeah, only people who are actually fruitcakes don't do latently homosexual stuff. I'm like, come on, man. What? He said only people who are actually gay refuse to partake in anything latently homosexual. So because I had never written a queer little letter, birthday letter to my homies like that, that means I'm actually the queer one. And Trump's not. Because that's just how boys fuck around. Dude, you're you're lost, Dad. And he just wouldn't. He doesn't even hear. I'm like, Dad, what other person do you know had a lawsuit against the IRS, right? And then made a deal with them to drop their lawsuit for $10 billion, right? He's suing his own government, right? He's the president suing his own fucking government for $10 billion, and then negotiates to have, he'll drop the case as long as he is exempt from ever being fucking messed with by the IRS ever again. And not only him, but his children as well. Dad, he's not a good person, right? He's actually pretty evil, right? And anybody who can't see that is most likely been given a reprobate mind. Most likely, because it's so obvious. It's too obvious. Come on, Dad. Come on. Wake up. You have been given a reprobate mind. You have had all your discernment taken from you because you choose to believe stupid things that the contrary exists right in front of you if you just look. Trump is a fucking evil motherfucker, dude. Dude, you know how much his wealth has multiplied since he became president? You know? That's not right. It's not right. He's leveraging the United States military to make deals with Qatar, to make deals with Israel, to make deals with other countries that benefit him personally. You can't do that. Why is he not being held accountable? Why is he not being charged with treason? Why haven't people like me gotten together and done something? How come we can't get our messages across? How come we can't get these guys the fuck? Why can't we make a change to where there's no more people eating our children? Why? Is it really that hard to make a stand and say, hey, I will do everything in my power to stop you from fucking eating or doing one more child dirty? What stops people from doing that? I'm here to declare it right now. I'm going to do everything in my power to stop you motherfuckers from eating and stealing one more child. Period. Trump, you're done, son. Israel, you're done. You're done. We're sick of you. You have pushed us too far, and now you must reap what you have sown. You must lie in the bed that you have made, because there's no other way. There's no other way. You must be held accountable. I know that scares you so much, being held accountable, because you do so much foul shit. But it's gonna happen. Mark my words. And so saith the Lord, nothing that is hidden shall remain hidden, for it's coming to light. Everything. Religion. We must transcend our religions and become spiritual. Every religion that has dogma, all the, every religion, especially the three monotheistic, we must transcend our religion and become spiritual. Because once you become spiritual, you realize that you've got God inside of you. You are a part of God. And once you know that, it's like, no, I won't be getting on my knees and, prostrating myself anymore. No, I won't be. What I will be doing is I will be using my newfound status as holder of the light, part holder of the light. I will be using that to expose you. Expose your evil doings. Because that's what I'm supposed to do as a spiritual man. Is shine my light in the dark. Right? A religion is a wonderful thing to be born into, because you get to know God. You're taught from a very early that God exists. It's, you're not just told, there's no, and then also, it's good to be born in it, but it's a terrible thing to die in. Religion is a terrible thing to die in, but a great thing to be born in. Meaning we must transcend our dogmas. We must transcend the weird discrepancies and all the crazy claims and all the backhanded, sidewinding, manipulations. You got to transcend them and become spiritual. Start listening to your spiritual guidance inside of you. That it's your conscience, it's your discernment is your spiritual guide. Your discernment is your spiritual guide. Okay? And more can be given to you, gifted through the Spirit. You can have more discernment, and it can be given to you, but it's not going to happen unless you transcend the dogmas and the religions and the evils of this world and become spiritual. Everybody can do it. Okay? There's no more saying that you're going to hell because you don't believe what I believe. Does that sound right? Does that sound right? Does it sound right that does it sound right that Jesus Christ be made a man be made God Almighty? Does that sound right to you? Does it sound right that somebody would you call yourself a good person? Yeah, I'm a good person, yeah. Well, then why would you ever want somebody to freaking pay for your sins? You go around sinning and you in the back of your mind, oh, Jesus got me. That's foul. That's foul. No good person would want to lay their sins on somebody else to be punished. No good person. No righteous man would ever say, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and commit this sin, but I don't want to pay for it. You know what I mean? And I'm under the belief that, or I'm under the knowing that this entire physical place is hardly physical at all. Interesting how, like, when you you zoom into atoms, right? You zoom into atom, and you zoom in farther, and there's nothing. It's space. It's open space. That means that the basis of every single atom and cell is space. So what are we really? What is matter? Sound. We're not physical. Believe it or not. This world is not as physical as you would think. In fact, spirit comes first, right? The spiritual realm trickles down into this realm. Things happen in the spiritual, and then they happen here. That means that spiritual realm is more real than the physical. It's wonderful. It seems as though a monolithic system of corruption and evil is being built up around us, right? And it has been being built up around us for millennia, probably for a long time. If not a millennia, a couple hundred years when America was started. America is one big Freemasonic experiment. What's with the freaking pyramid on the back of the dollar bill? Come on. It's one big Freemasonic experiment. And they're guiding us and taking us exactly where they want. Okay? How fucked up is it that Trump goes into this Iran thing, right? And nobody ever told him anything about the Strait of Hormuz? Nobody ever told him that we couldn't do anything if they wanted to close it up? Nobody ever told him that they could just... That's usually how fucking empires are taken down. They're usually made to go bankrupt, and that's how they're defeated. Nobody told Trump this? That they could just keep the strait closed indefinitely and we get boned no matter what? Yeah, they knew that shit. They did it because they knew that shit. That's what their plan is. They're bankrupting this nation. They're crumbling this nation on purpose. Come on. This is all being done on purpose. Okay? And the same way my dad can't fathom that Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were fucking roll dogs. He can't fathom it. The same way you can't fathom that, they can't fathom that we're being played on a huge level, on a unprecedented level. You know, they've the cornerstone of it is their little, trip to the moon in '69. Their fake ass trip to the moon. That is the cornerstone for all this technology. All this what was it? Aeronautics engineering, like the rocket scientists. All the rocket scientists. Project Paperclip. The Nazis came over. And they infiltrated us, freaking Hitler only said no to the Jews, man. And that's what happened. Hitler was the good guy. They're doing to us what they already did over there, you guys. It's so obvious. It's called discernment. Maybe you should pray for some. Oh, yeah, I said, pray for some. Just because God's inside of you doesn't mean prayer isn't, a fundamental building block of the spiritual realm. Prayer, belief in your prayers, belief in your prayers, in your will to bring things forth. This isn't a solid, it's not said and done here. It's very moldable. This reality is very moldable. It's the perception of the people that molds the reality. Right now, people perceive everything that they've been, making us, showing us, like that this country is on the decline. They're showing us that, our debt is out of control and untenable, literally untenable. We're defaulting, which I never understood anyway, because it's about high time we stood up as a country and told these central banks and whoever we owe money to kick rocks, bafangul, atutu baese, bafangul, all right? Tell them to fuck off. We don't gotta pay nothing. But what we do gotta do is close down our borders, right? Revamp and rehaul the entire way of doing things. The government, the society, the capitalism, the money, the central banks, it's all gotta go. It's all gotta go. And the millennials are gonna be the ones who gotta do it. We gotta do it, you guys. It's us. We're responsible for this shit. Now, before the boomers fucked everything up, right? When my dad, I was born in 88, right? My dad was born in 58, okay? And my grandmother was born in 38. So we're all like 30 years apart or something like that. Yeah, 30 years apart or something, I don't know. But my point being is, right, so like when they were in their prime, the boomers or whatever,